What's up, guys? We are part 2 into Ariel, Punk Ariel, as we like to call her. Now what we are going to do is we are going to get these strands, the more of the blue strands, over on this area. I'm going to have to turn her a little bit so you guys can, so I can get a nice good angle. Um, and again, as I said in the other video, do not hold yourself accountable of doing it a certain way or having a certain way of doing it. Just do it however you feel like it, and don't be afraid to get messy, sort of, I mean, don't be all, blending it in like areas where it doesn't need to be blended, where the color shouldn't be going, but just to have fun with it, like, you don't have to have straight hard lines. Like, you notice that I'm not having just a straight hard blue line. I'm kind of trying to blend the color out a little bit and fade it in, as you would say. Just fade it out like that. Okay. And, let's see, is there any more zigzags? No. Okay. So, now that we have gotten that done, we are going to start on this part. No, got some stuff over there. We're going to start with this part of her hair. And we're going to start with this big strand right here. And this big strand is going to be blue. So, I'm going to color this big strand right here. I'm going to just do it in outline right now. And what I would advise when using the Prismacolor is you do not, I repeat, you do not have to put all the color into the paper. Like, you basically don't have to do this. This is what I'm basically saying. You can do something like this. You can just lightly do it. You do not have to get the color so that it's like that. So that it's like smooth once it's on the paper. Because what I have found out is that when you do that, you're basically wasting and you are making your pencil unsharp anymore. So, and I kind of sound really stupid for saying that because, I mean, a pencil gets unsharp by any means. So, kind of counterintuitive for me to say that. But I'm just trying to say that, like, you don't have to put so much pressure on the pencil. So, and if you notice, what I'm doing here is I don't do this in hair follicles. I do this in more of like the way the character has the hair. So all of this there will be like separate sections, and all of it will be tapered off into certain areas. They'll blend into certain areas. So what am I running? I'm running on 3 minutes right now. Okay. So we're just gonna lightly color. We're just gonna lightly color this just a little bit. We're just going to do that. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to leave a highlight. We're going to leave a highlight going in throughout this whole hair. Oh, shoot. Well, that sucks. I just got a little bit of color. I don't know if you can see that. A little color right there that I didn't want there. We're going to leave a highlight break because we want there to be a highlight. And so, yeah. Now, again, you see that I'm not pouring the color into the paper, because what I can do is I can come back, and I might have to swap out for my other for my other blender, because this one's getting really small and it's hard to keep hold of and maneuver. But what you will notice, if I can zoom in more, there we go. What you will notice is that when I start to put this blender on here, is that the color will start to smooth itself out. Now, I do this because I want the lighter color. I don't want the full-on color, because then it just makes it look cartoony, makes it look bad, basically. And I don't want that. So, I am just going to lightly shade, or lightly coat a color on there, and then just go in with this, with the Prismacolor Prism pencil blender, and just lightly go in and just kind of shade shade it in. And with this blend here, or with the fade, we're gonna have that fade. Now I know I shouldn't have done that, and that's my mistake. That's a mistake that I shouldn't have made. But we might be able to go in with that and make an adjustment. So, yeah. We're almost done with this one strand. And I'm sorry that I can't do most of this in time-lapse, guys. I don't have the software to do that kind of thing, and I don't have money to download software. So you guys will just have to bear with me for this real time. I mean, I know some of you might like it, but oh shoot, I am so sorry. You were out of frame for that whole thing, weren't you? I'm so sorry, guys. Well, you didn't miss much. All I did was just blend this. That's all I did. I just blended that in, and then I'm gonna take my white. Prismacolor. I'm just gonna go in and the highlight and just kind of go over on the other blue and go on this side as well. I'm just gonna do that, and then what we will do, we're gonna sharpen our blender first. Do that, and then we're gonna fade it. We're gonna fade that so it doesn't look so blocky, and then there we go. So we have that. So we have that very first strand done. Now, her hair is going to consist of, and I've already told you this, but her hair is going to consist of the yellow and the black and the blue. So, grabbing my black and my blue, or my black and my yellow, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a strand. We're going to make this strand right here. I don't know if you can see it, but when I color it, can you see it? Yeah, there you go. You can see it now. We're going to make these two strands, black, because that one strand is just way too small for it to be black on its own. So we're going to make that, and then we're going to taper this off again, tapering it off. We're going to taper that off all the way over there. Now again, with the black and with any Prismacolor, you do not have to pour the color into the paper. This is something that you do not have to do, and like I said, I want to continue that highlight, so I will try my best and to not mess that up, because if I do, then I have to not redo it, but I have to try and color over the white. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to take, oh Jesus, I'm so sorry, we're going to take this, the blender, and I might have to swap out here pretty soon. And then I like to have a nice point when I get into this kind of stuff, because when you have a nice point, you get into these tight triangle looking things, and then you're able to keep it looking like a triangle, like it doesn't get rounded off at the edge when you don't want it to. So yep, there we go. So yeah, and now we can't do the tapering, we can't do much of the fade. I mean, we can do a little bit, but not much because of how small our white space actually is, and I should have made the white space bigger. But because the strand is so small, I figured that strand, for that piece, this strand would actually be smaller. So, and we can do this. We can just go in through here like this. We can just do some like this, and then go back and blend that color into there, and then there you go. So see, it's already coming together, I feel like. So yeah, I'm gonna swap out this for a different color, or not, sorry, I'm gonna swap out my old Prismacolor blender for my new one, which is even longer and more maneuverable. So there we go. It's all nice and sharp. And where's my yellow? Okay. Sorry, I thought I heard my phone go off. Uh-oh. Color broke. Okay. So now we're going to take this yellow here. And again, we're going to do 2 strands because, again, some of these strands are just a little bit too small for them to be just one strand. Now, not all the tapering is going to go into this piece here. We're going to have some of it tapering off into other spots. And again, with the yellow, especially with the yellow, you do not, I repeat, do not have to have this poured in. I mean, if you want to get, blending and like have a really nice dirty blonde kind of look, you can do that. You can do that sort of thing. But for my count, she's gonna have like the cartoony bottle blonde hair. And that's what we're gonna go for here. And luckily, we don't get much bad blend with this. Considering that we do have a black and then a yellow, and sometimes the black will sometimes get stuck into the blender, and then you get, these weird black streaks in it, and it kind of messes it up, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay, we're going to blend that up in there a little bit. Okay. Take our white, blend in the middle, and blend a little bit in. Now, because this is so light, such a light color, we don't have to get into it as much. So we don't have to do this so many times. So this is the basic coloring of what's going to happen. Now, it's not going to go blue, black, yellow, blue, black, yellow. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is I'm going to make this strand right here, and I'm running on 12 minutes, so I'm going to have to stop again sooner or later. I'm going to make this strand right here. I'm going to make this a black. And you know what? This strand will connect to this one. And so, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm sorry. Yep, there we go. So this strand right here is going to connect to this one way out here. And so when we come over to connect these, it'll do something like that. And so you'll have that strand be that strand, is what I'm basically trying to say. So yeah, I'm going to blend this in. And I'm sorry that I don't get much done, guys, in the amount of time. But again, I don't have time lapse, so it's really kind of irritating, somewhat. But at least you guys can see most of this in real time, and you get a nice feel for it. So, and again, always sharpen the pencil. I always forget to do this sometimes. Always sharpen the pencil before you start using it, just so that you get that nice fine point, so you don't get those weird rounded edges on some parts of the hair that you don't want it to. Okay, there we go. And whenever you do, just try and blend the color. That's what I can always just tell you. Just try and blend that color into it. So yeah, I'm gonna get this strand here, and then I'm gonna have to stop the video, and I'm gonna have to go to bed because it's pretty late. So we'll just blend this again, blend it. Okay, well, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more, because this is not going anywhere. I'm going to continue to do this for you guys. So, Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.